What's up, guys? So, got another week of training for you. This is quite a bit different from the last few weeks. I think I mentioned that I'm starting a new training cycle. So, essentially, I'm just alternating lower and upper days since I'll start my week with a lower body session. Alternating lower and upper, and the emphasis is pretty simple. It's either going to be bench press or squat each day, and then one of those squat days I'll be deadlifting. So it looks like squat, bench, squat, bench, squat, deadlift, bench. And I'll also overhead press on that final upper day. So again, I have four main lifts: or squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, and then I do a lot of rowing as assistance work. I try to get some hamstring work in. I try to get some isolateral work in. Again, stuff that doesn't get hit by the big movements. I don't do a lot of quad stuff. I don't do a lot of chest stuff even really now. I won't be doing any incline pressing during this 6-week block. Overhead pressing, some stuff like that. But I try to be pretty minimalistic with my assistance work and really try to focus on getting the big three and really like probably a big 5 or 6 with OHP and hip thrust and front squat and barbell row. I consider those movements still like big movements I'm trying to get stronger on. So yeah, to start off the week, this is going to be a really simple kind of concept. It's going to be hypertrophy days, and then power days, and then strength days. So again, I have 2 hypertrophy days, a lower and upper, 2 power days, lower and upper, and 2 strength days, lower and upper. They don't really differ as far as lower body and upper body. The sets and reps are actually completely the same. So you'll see this first, or almost the same. You'll see this first session here. I have a lot of clips from. This was a 3x8 back squat day, and then I followed up with 2x6. So I'm pretty much doing 5 working sets. It's 5 sets of 6 to 8 reps, and bench press is really the same. It's just more benching, so it's a 5x8. So again, the concept behind why I'm doing this is definitely one of the limiting factors of your strength is going to be how much muscle you have. So just hitting singles and doubles and triples all the time probably isn't very advantageous to actually building muscle, because you'll have to do a ton of volume to actually get it. You have to get so many sets. You have to do like a 7x3 and 10x3, stuff like that, just to get enough reps, enough volume in to actually get a substantial amount of hypertrophy. So by doing sets of like 6 and 8 and stuff like that, at least once a week, I can also work on that hypertrophy phase of, it's just important to get stronger. You're only really as strong as how neurally effective you are, how much muscle tissue you have. So these first 2 days of my training week are really just, I'm worried about how much weight is on the bar, obviously, because getting stronger is always the goal. But again, I'm not afraid to drop it, 5, 10, whatever pounds to get enough volume in for the day. So again, high volume. Even my assistance work is pretty high reps, 8, 10, 12 reps on some rows and stuff like that. So these felt good though. I was definitely beat up from the squats. That 5 sets kind of killed me. Basically, I rarely squat in the like above 5 or 6 reps. So those 8s were pretty rough. But I do think that that 328 for a set of 8, if it was beltless, is a PR for me. I probably won't be using my belt for squats either, at least for the hypertrophy days and probably the power days, just because I don't think it's going to be needed. And I think it will give me some good core work and mainly just some good practice on staying more upright, since recently I've had a big issue with that. This was kind of the hypertrophy bench day, as you'll see. Again, the weights weren't incredibly impressive here. I think there was 210 was my top set, somewhere between 200 and 210 pounds for sets of 8. And again, I'll be doing touch and go here just to get some more hypertrophy work in. And my bench press has been responding really well, so I hope that continues. And I kind of merged these together. I thought I had more clips in this, but I must have erased them or something like that. So again, the concept of these power days, it's going to start off kind of high volume with a 5x1. I mean high volumes because it's 5 sets at a pretty manageable weight. So you see that weight's moving pretty well there. I think that was around like 310-ish. Again, I won't wear a belt. It's just kind of more practice. This is the same thing here. Just hitting some singles, getting some good work in. And this intensity will increase too as I progress through this cycle. So I think this will start at 80%, and then it will be 85%, and then 90%. So those singles won't be so easy. But again, it's not going to be a true 1 rep max day. It's going to be more of a practice day and getting some speed and power work in. And then this what I call my strength days. I don't have my squats on here. I couldn't do it because it was crazy busy in the weight room at this time. But I ended up hitting a top set of 352 for 7, which was pretty damn good. I probably had another rep or 2 in me. And then these were some sumo pulls, as you'll see. So I wasn't feeling incredibly smooth on these. This was actually, I think, my final set here. This was a set of 5. When I look at these, they look fine, but as far as how they feel, you'll see on my next set that I'm definitely not pulling straight. You can even see that a little bit there. When I have this next set, you can really see I'm pulling off balance a little bit. I'm having some issues on where to put my feet and my hands and stuff. So again, I'm not expecting to become a master at this in a few weeks, just switching back to sumo. But 385 for my top set of 5 was pretty damn good. And again, on these strength days, I will pick a percent of my 1 rep max. So this week it was 85%. And essentially I'm doing kind of an AMRAP 3 sets. So it's not a true like a 1 rep or a 1 set, to failure. It's more of how many reps I can get at that weight. So again, if I'm doing like 668 or 667 or whatever I can do at that weight. So essentially I'm progressing if I did 13 reps at 405 as opposed to 7 total reps at 405. Same kind of concept here. So this was my AMRAP, my strength day for upper body. So this was 220. This was actually a PR, my only PR of the week, I think. And this was a 220 pause bench for 5, which felt really, really good. Can't say too much about that. My form's been pretty good on bench press. I haven't really had any mobility issues, just been getting stronger, a slow kind of gradual process. Again, my bench press is probably the thing that needs to come up the most, so I should have a pretty big room for growth there. And I think I ended up hitting maybe one more set of 5 and some sets of 4. Same concept with OHP. This was around 85% of my 1 rep max, although it's probably not too accurate because I don't OHP too much anymore. But yeah, this was, I think I hit 3 sets of 6. I think they were all the same here. These felt pretty good. Again, I still don't have the greatest mobility to press overhead, but I think it will really benefit definitely my hypertrophy and my shoulders. I probably will keep this a little bit lighter than my bench pressing. Probably not go between maybe not below like triples or something like that. I don't see the point of that. So I may not get all the way up to 95%. I might keep this kind of between the 80 and 90% of my 1 rep max. So yeah, guys, that's kind of the setup I have. Again, it's a 6-day split, 3 lower days, 3 upper days, and then the kind of the emphasis changes between hypertrophy, power, and strength each session. So again, it's definitely a DUP setup. I'm doing squatting and benching 3 times a week, and I'll deadlift once a week, OHP once a week. Also really try to bring those up. And the deadlift won't undulate at all, besides the loading pattern, I guess. But you definitely see how the squat and the bench press, there's a 5x8 day, there's a 5x1 day, and there's a 3 sets of AMRAP, which is going to be 85%, 90%, and 95%. So you see how much kind of variation there is with the concepts of training, and also with the loads that I'm using, the reps that I'm using. So again, that's just kind of one example of how to set up DUP. This is how I'll be doing it for the next 6 weeks. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys follow me for the next 5 weeks to kind of see how my training will end on this block. Again, if you have any questions for me, you can always ask in the comments. You can email me, whatever. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If this is new to you guys, you can like my video if you liked it. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.